Hey, Haley,
Hey,
I
Sean.
gotta tell you a dad joke.
Okay.
Why don't skeletons ever go trick-or-treating?
Why?
Because they have no body to go with.
Maybe you should just stick with the MoneyWise FAQ.
All right, I guess I failed again.
Hey Sean, how's it going?
Hey, Bobby Joe, how are you?
Pretty good. I wanted to ask you today if you could give a little information on, can payrolls be processed on a holiday or a weekend?
It's a really good question, Bobby Joe, with a really straightforward answer this time. Actually, we can only date payrolls for banking days. So if it's a bank holiday, we can't date a payroll that day. And if it's a weekend, we can't date a payroll that day, which means if there's a Monday holiday and your normal payday is Monday, sometimes that gets backed up to Friday. You also could request to have that pushed to Tuesday. But in terms of what day your employees can get paid, they can only receive payment on an actual banking day.
With Venmo and Cash App and prepaid debit cards, how is that any different than dating a payroll?
That's a great question, right? I think one of the things that frustrates people with payroll and this banking day thing is there's like, if I can Venmo my friends at 10 p.m. on a Saturday night and they can receive that money in their account automatically, and same deal with Cash App. And the truth of the matter is, in those particular instances, the apps that are allowing that to happen, Apple Pay, Cash App, Venmo, those apps are in theory doing a tiny microloan, right? They already know that you have the cash, but that money isn't necessarily moving in terms of like going from account A to account B. It becomes a pending item immediately, and those things don't reconcile until an actual banking day. But individual companies, they're moving it on their ledger even though it's not physically moving until later, and so it's not actually an instantaneous move like you think it is through the banking system, which is why we don't necessarily have the ability to instantaneously pay folks 10 minutes after you submit your payroll. There are some things now in the banking system that allow for a little bit faster move. You've always been able to wire money. That usually takes a couple hours and has a fee to it. But there's now a same-day ACH that would allow you to move money pretty quickly on a banking day, but it still has to be a banking day in order for those transactions to be processed.
So how would you explain what processing looks like on a bank holiday or a weekend?
That depends on your payroll provider, right? We as a business are open on a lot of bank holidays. We're not open on all of them. We're closed on the major holidays, but many of the other smaller holidays that are bank holidays or federal holidays, our office is open, so we'll bring in your information, we'll enter it into our system, but no money will move until actually 2 days later, right? We can't even submit the information into the banking system until the next day. And even if we submitted it into the banking system on that holiday, it won't be picked up and processed until the following day and then move the day after that. So while we can process things on bank holidays, that money still doesn't move until a banking day. For our particular company, we don't have Saturday or Sunday hours because we already know that we can't move the money.
And as simple as it sounds, it's a question that just comes up often and it can get confusing.
It does, particularly with holidays, right? Probably the biggest question we get year in and year out is, can I pay my employees the day after Thanksgiving? That Friday after Thanksgiving, the Black Friday, it's not a bank holiday. So you don't necessarily have to pay your employees on Wednesday before Thanksgiving. They can be paid that Friday after Thanksgiving, even though in the US, a lot of employers give folks a 4-day weekend. It doesn't mean that that's not a banking day.
I think this is good information. People will appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for a great question, Bobby.
You're welcome.
If you have questions about this or any other payroll-related issue, we have a lot of resources on our website and on our social channels.
Also, feel free to give the office a call, stop in, or email us. Any one of us would be happy to speak with you about your questions.
And if you need a new payroll provider, make sure you check out our affordability calculator on our website so that we can get you a free quote. My name is Sean.
My name is Bobby.
This has been a MoneyWise FAQ.